just getting a few swings in before dinner. Hopefully, I wanted to go live, even though I was just going to have, 20 or 30 minutes. Just in case I don't have time to come back later, so I could at least pop on and say hi. Lots of controversy in the comments on the sunscreen video. I didn't see that one coming. I thought that was just going to be a pretty nice, non-controversial, like, oh, hey, here's a thing you should do to protect yourself. You're out in the sun all the time. And it's a good reminder that there is misinformation everywhere. I'm also going to have to come back around this way to check the chat. No, I definitely don't need these. Oh, it's good to move the body after a lot of time working today. What's up, Sycamore? How's it going? You tee off with the ball well inside your front foot. Why? Maybe it looks that way on camera, right? But if this is my heel, right, I'm maybe, a couple inches behind the left heel. Right, for me, part of that, just so you know, is my miss, right, the shot that I hate to see, and it comes out every once in a while, is a big, huge pull to the left, right? I'm often trying to hit, either a draw that starts out to the right, or, kind of a spinny, get it in play, fairway finder, fade shot. Right, I never want to see the ball turning left. And if I get the ball too far up in my stance, and then I make that swing that I don't like, right, where I rotate my shoulders open too early, but I keep the face square, right, and it just starts a mile left of my intended target, that miss is exacerbated by having the ball further forward in my stance, right, because this club is swinging on an arc, so the longer it's, on the arc, the more to the left it's going to be pointed, right? So for me, to make sure that I don't get the ball started too far to the left of my target, I do play it, a couple, maybe a driver head inside of my front heel, right? But it's certainly forward of center. Oh, so yeah, like I was saying, I probably only have, 20, 30 minutes to hit balls tonight, but hopefully we can come back and stream later. But I did want to hop on and say hi. Sycamore said makes sense. So I'd love to, maybe I'll have time later to come back and do a proper stream and answer questions, do drills, like we usually do. But I was watching the first round of the RBC, had some long calls this afternoon, so I, was stuck inside on a beautiful day, which is, it's good to work. And I was like, I don't have a ton of time before I have to eat, but I want to come hit some balls. So here we are, working on balanced finish, finding the center of the face. Staying hydrated on a warm day. Sycamore said, rained here all day, trade ya. Oh man, I feel your pain. That's what we've had for, man, feels like every weekend for the last 6 weeks, including the one coming up. It was just rain, rain. I don't know how obvious it'll look on camera, but to me, the drill that I'm doing right now, not even a drill, but what I'm really trying to work on with my driver swing, what I've been noticing lately is just how I'm really overswinging it a bit, right? It's getting super long this way. And so it feels to me like right now I'm practicing almost like a 3/4 backswing. And then I look on video and it's like a very, kind of parallel. So that's how I know that my feel was, for the top of the swing was off. But it is mostly just with the driver, which is interesting. So really trying to feel like I'm shortening it up. And that just kind of finishing that nice balanced spot. Eventually, guys, when we have, hopefully, some sort of simulator set up, we could, really share some data, see how the swing's doing. I will say it feels like with the shorter backswing, like it's much easier to stay balanced, right? I don't get so far, back this way that I'm really kind of laterally swaying. It just broadly feels more stable. It does feel slower. Feels like I'm not able to generate quite as much speed, but I think that's going to be an obvious trade-off. Bow, 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 bow. Sycamore said, stall at the top so you know where you're at. Robert Jackson said hi. Hey, Robert. Sidwayne St. Louis said hi. Hey. Jack said, nice swing, bro. Jack said hi. Hey, guys. Welcome to the stream. Grover Cleveland, doesn't John Rahm hit it super far even with a short swing? He definitely does. He really does. Great example of a super short backswing. Right, who's that kid who's been playing well? Andrew Novak. He's got a really short, kind of aggressive move through it. Yeah, I like that idea, Sycamore, just to really... Like, that one felt like it was almost a half. Like, I'm trying to, really abbreviate it to ingrain. Down. Oh, man. Thursday afternoon. Only got a half day at work tomorrow. That's exciting. Some friends getting married tomorrow, which is nice. So no stream tomorrow night, guys. But maybe tomorrow morning. You never know. Maybe we'll get up early and get to the golf course, do some practice. Now I'm starting to get the feel for it, right? It's starting to feel a lot like I do like that kind of, you know, crack you got to give it to really, for me anyway, that's what it feels like. Tempo is butter. Love that, Carson. Thank you very much. Jack says you have a really good swing. What's your handicap? Usually between +1 and 1. You didn't tell them they were making a mistake. A hole in one, please. All right, here's a hole in one coming up. Ready? Keep your eye on it. I'm gonna go full hole in one. You see it? It's a hole in one. Incredible. You know, guys, that's why you come to this stream, because that's the kind of unscripted, you know, Hollywood wouldn't believe it type moments, right? You just say, make a hole in one, and he does it. Even with the net in the way. Crazy. To me, it almost feels like I have to stop my hands moving back. Like halfway back almost. Again, it's just another reminder. I just need to turn more. That wasn't hit very well. A little bit low on the face. Ugh. Man, I'll tell you what. It's 90-something degrees out there, and woo. KG wants to know about the shaft. This is the Oban Kiyoshi Purple. This is a 0.5 flex, 65 grams. 0.5, I think, translates to X, if that helps. Willow said hi. Hey, Willow. Between +1 and 1 most of the time. You tire me out picking up the tee and golf ball. Roostam, I don't know if I have an answer to your question. But I'll leave somebody who's more qualified to have an opinion on that. I'm the golf ball whacker guy. Step right up and check out the golf ball whacker guy. It's definitely short of Happy Gilmore distance. I've hit a lot of drives over 300 yards. I've never hit one over 400 yards. Just don't have it in me, you know? I just don't have whatever it is that he has, that Happy Gilmore has. And we're all going to get to see him again pretty soon, it sounds like, right? Isn't the second one coming out this summer? It's almost this summer. Almost feels like they could release it now. Wow, it does feel a lot more stable. Just got to keep drilling it. That was like a 6 out of 10 for staying balanced on that one. Sorry about the low tech stream today, guys. We just kind of rushed out here. What driver? QI10 Max. Last year's TaylorMade model. Pretty good looking club. It's a little big for my eye, but it's very, very effective at keeping, off-center strikes in play. And I tested it pretty extensively against core head and found that I didn't... the good strikes with this head, like, they weren't overspinning. The spin on the good balls was, like, right in a perfect range for me. So the club head speed was a couple miles an hour slower because this hosel is shorter, and so the playing length of the club is about half an inch shorter. But again, my goal is to hit more fairways and keep the ball in play. That's, again, a good thing. I certainly have enough speed to, to play really good golf. So, yeah, we went with the QI10 Max. That was after, you guys might have seen, if you've been on the channel long enough, our driver broke, the old Stealth. And let me tell you, this is so much more forgiving than the old Stealth. Won't be the same Happy Gilmore. I agree with you. Garrett says, what's up, brother? Gonna play on Sunday. That's awesome. Play well, my dude. Rory put the QI35 in this week. Oh, it was about time. I mean, I feel like they've been trying to get him to put one in for a while, and it sounded like it took a while to find a setup that he liked. Come up on your left foot a little more. I play the QI35s through the bag right now. That's awesome. When you say up on your left foot more, do you mean in the takeaway? That was like an A+ swing right there. If I could bottle that one up, that's the one I would bottle up. Well, I underestimated the extent to which it would get steamy in here pretty quick when I'm swinging a bunch of drivers in a row. That was maybe fractionally out of the toe, but it was a pretty good strike. One thing I like about these TaylorMade faces is you do the sensation, right? They do a really good job, and maybe it's the acoustics too, but you can really tell where on the face the strike is, and the solid ones feel really munchy, like almost like you're compressing it some. Oh, that's cool, Garrett. What company is that? Do you work for TaylorMade? Are there other companies that would be like, you get a good discount on TaylorMade equipment? I guess maybe other vendors in the golf space. That could make sense, but. If I had to pick one equipment company to sponsor my channel, it probably would be TaylorMade. I know it's like big and corporate, but I think they make awesome content, like the on the range stuff with Scotty and Tiger and those guys. You know, I've played the equipment for my whole life basically. Right. The last driver I had before I've exclusively tried TaylorMade drivers, guys, was a Nike. So that tells you how